All right. Well, on to the bye week and some early prep. This week, we'll stick with our plan, which is more specified to the individuals. And some guys have to do some work. Some guys have to, well, everybody has to work, but some guys are going to heal up and do different type of work, and other guys are going to be ready to roll and got to still develop our team and our program in all three phases. So we still have a lot of work to do. I still feel like we can play better as a football team, but after watching the film, Iowa State's a really good team, and I'm glad our guys were able to respond to some adversity. Seems like that's what we've been able to do quite a bit. So I feel comfortable with them doing that. I just my job is so we're not doing that all the time, but if we need it, we know we can play and come back from behind and figure some things out. Really impressed with the effort our guys gave, and man, just a really good game for what we saw on film. We'll build off of it and make sure that we're ready for the next one. And looking forward to this bye week and getting an early start on Texas Tech, and then making a strong push for these last four games that we knew going into the season that we would be in this position and how to utilize this week. And I think everything's going really what we planned and how it would look from our analytics that we're getting from the data that we're getting from our players. And so we'll just put it all together and see what happens this week and get ourselves ready for some trick or treating on Friday. What
All right,
questions do you guys have?
our first question will be from Dana Green.
Hey, Coach. Now that you kind of have a week off to kind of reflect a little bit, in all honesty, you have to be surprised by the poise and his ability, Bear's ability to not get rattled under any circumstance on the road, down 14. He's done it twice already. Um, how rare is this for a true freshman to play this well under such adverse circumstances week after week? I mean, he's just not fazed by anything.
Well, I think, and you're right. The composure that he has, the poise, it's something special. But you don't really. How are you going to simulate practices to see that? We've tried as much as we can, and we thought that this would be the case that he would respond really well to it. But to be honest, I love the way that he's worked through the system, and this is with him just starting in the summer, and it you start to see him be a lot more comfortable with what we're doing. Man, he's a learning machine, so he's always trying to find ways to get better. And I think he's so focused on trying to find ways to get better that he's not really worried about the environment, the situation, the circumstances that he's in. He just wants to keep getting better, and that's whether things are going well or bad for the team. Um, I think I give a lot of credit to the way A-Rod's brought him along, and A-Rod and Matt Mitchell have done a great job prepping him. And then you have to give a lot of credit to the other quarterbacks in the room. They work really well together. Been really impressed with how those guys have been able to help him. The players that have experience and those that have knowledge, that they're just in there working together and sharing, and so we're really in a really good spot with what we're seeing from his teammates. And then he has a great supporting cast, from the linemen to the tight ends to the receivers and the running backs. And then that even complements with the support that he's getting from the defense and the special teams, and then also support that he's getting from all the fans. And so he that's been amazing, everything here, but the way the kid was raised, it doesn't surprise me at all. And the way that he's connected to his family, I mean, you have to just look at his big brother, not just Tiger, but also Hank, and how they've mentored him along the way. So it's this guy's been learning from the very beginning at a young age, and he has never stopped learning. And that's what a great example he can be to the rest of our team. But super humble and love coaching him. So we'll just keep rolling with it and see how it keeps going, it keeps progressing.
Next question from Jake Hatch.
Well, yeah, Kalani, you mentioned the fact that you are going to go with a more individualized approach to how you're approaching this bye week. Is that just injury wise? Like, what's the game plan on that with regards to what you're doing?
Oh, it's everything. It's everything considering the individual. There's a lot of guys that need to develop and take advantage of this week to get better. And so if you want quality depth, you have to develop it too. And so, a lot of these guys are one play away from being in the game. So we have to, this is a big work week for them. Some guys, we know that they've been able to do it. They still need to stay in shape, but it's all specified to what our strength room wants them to do, and what our coaches are willing to work with them. Everyone is working together on how to get these guys ready individually, and then collectively that makes the team better.
And are you also concerned about the workload for Bear at this point in the season?
No, I mean the guy asks for more. So I think I said he has an appetite for more, and we're going to keep giving it to him. So it's good that he's named Bear with a strong appetite, and he's ready for it. I think the key would be what does he feel like he's really good at and that he feels comfortable with. That's we could take advantage of that during this week with the bye.
Next question from Mitch Harper.
Coming out of the weekend, Kalani, what's the outlook for LJ Martin? How are things looking on that front for him as far as potentially playing for Texas Tech?
Yep, we're still evaluating it, so we'll take the time to evaluate and see where he's going to be at. But yeah, I can't give you the answer. You guys know that wasn't going to happen on a Monday after the game.
With the running back situation, do you consider possibly moving a position? I bring that up because in years past, you guys have done that mid-season, changing a position to add depth to the position. Is that something you'll look at potentially this week with the bye?
Yeah, we're considering everything. I mean, we want to be in the best position possible to whether that's changing not just the running back position or where can we put guys. This is the time to work on it and give them extra reps this week with the bye coming up, and so yeah, we have to consider all those things, and we feel good about our running back group. We just have to see how they're going to take to the reps that they're going to get and things like that, and we have to prep them even if LJ's ready to go.
Next question from Brandon Gurney.
Coach, you spoke a lot last week about the importance of not repeating on two straight losses after the Utah game and the strides you guys have made and the goals you've set. And now that you've done that, what does that say about the program that you're able to progress like that and how important it is to do that?
Yeah, I think the focus is just more than anything is just hey, get these guys focused on what we want to accomplish. It was great to celebrate the wins, and listen, we did that on the flight home too. Everybody was super excited watching college football. It was nice to get home within a decent hour, but and saw the fans at the airport. The Rock was there. It was awesome. That I want our guys to experience that and have as much fun with it. But it's now time to go to work. We want to learn from the Iowa State game, but we've had plenty of time to receive praise and pat ourselves the back. Part of staying humble and staying hungry is that we would get hungry and get back on the path to working and make sure that we're getting where we want to be by the time we take the field again. And we have a plan. I mean, we have to have the same intention and same thought process and mindset that we're going to play this weekend. So we have to attack practice that way. We can't take in any plays off or any days off. And so we've got to have a great mindset, and we'll test it today with the guys when we get our lift in and get our workout in and our meeting. So, but it's a work day. We go right back to work.
Next question from Jay Drew.
Kalani, you've had a lot of success in your career moving guys from one side of the ball to the other. Isaiah Glasker, Tyler Algier come to mind. But what did you see in Preston Rex, and maybe you had A-Rod kind of collaborate with you? What did you see that caused you to ask him to make that move from safety to running back?
Well, I mean, with what's happening with Rapati and all that stuff, the depth in the running back position, and then the depth that we had at the safety position, Preston was going to play and have a role and do a lot of different things. I mean, we've seen him. He's got the speed to run as a DB, and he's got the ability to tackle and be physical. But I remember him, out of high school at San Clemente. I remember him having the ball in his hands. I remember him returning punts and things like that. And a lot of his film was offensive film. So, we think that a lot of the